In my last video, I just want to talk a little bit about some best practices or items that I wish I had known a little better when I started designing my online classes and actually teaching them. The first thing I want to show you is um, about the properties. When we started talking about announcements, I explained to you that I allow my students to go into my classes a few days before the class actually starts so that they get a good feel about it and can ask questions and really hit the ground running the day that class starts and not fall behind. So when you get your Blackboard shell, it is already set up that the class will not open until the day classes start. So I changed that. So when I do that is I go to, I'm sorry, I should go back. I go to customization under my control panel. I hit properties and I come into this page. This is how you would make your course available early. I click yes, and then I can hit submit. I can also use this thing called use term availability. If I do that, though, again, that's going to start on the day the class starts and that's going to end on the day the class ends. So I don't use that one. I could select dates. I could put a start date earlier. So for fall, I could maybe put, August 19th, I want it to open, and I'm going to close it the last day of finals. It's very important that you remember to also close your classes. So as of today, my classes are closed because finals were over on Thursday, and I don't want my students to have the ability to go back into my classes and maybe print things or get information that they might have to pass on to other students. That is one of those things that I think that online instructors need to remember is to always shut your class down so that students can't get back into it in future uses. So that is how you start the course or close the course. Another thing that I want to show you is back to the communication is our course expectations. When you hit on this course information tab, I showed you the welcome video. You should have a welcome video. You should explain, and I'm going to go slow so that you can read this stuff. I explain information to them. The communication piece is very important, and it goes under this course information syllabus. This online course approach is actually should be already built into your class. The only thing that needs to be changed if you're doing a summer course is from changes from maybe it's an 8-week unit versus a 14-week unit. Summer is usually 10 to 20 hours, not 9 to 10. So those are just a couple little things that you need to change. But this is already built into your course, and it gives expectations of what's needed. When I hit course information and syllabus, this is really the communication piece for your students to understand exactly what the course is going to entail. You have your course description. This can be literally copied and pasted from the online course outline that you can receive, that you can get under course outlines, under curriculum in your portal. Your syllabus should be at the top, an online syllabus. I don't do it in this class, but I do it in some of my other classes. I actually will do a weekly syllabus for the students as well, so they don't have to print out my whole entire syllabus. They can just do a weekly print if they would like. Then the course contact information. Again, this is imperative that you send this information to the students. And you can see this was for spring semester. It tells you, and I explained this when we were talking back in a different video, but it tells them again when I will respond to them. It tells them when my office hours are so that they can see me. If you're an adjunct professor and you choose to do an office hour, every Tuesday at 12, that's what should be here. I know that some adjuncts, your office hours fluctuate on when you are going to use that hour for that week. That's fine. Use your announcement. Say, hey, I'm going to be on campus on Monday, from 2 to 3. I'd love if you'd stop by, the adjunct office in my department and send that communication out so that if the student wants to see you face to face. Because I'll tell you, I have a lot of online students who don't want to talk via email. They want to sit right next to me and have me go through different things with them in the class, online class. Again, here is your overall learning goals. The textbook that you're going to use for that semester. This course, logistics, is another way that we communicate what we're going to be providing the student. A 14 weeks course, 100% online. Here's my communication policy. I will do virtual office hours twice weekly. I have private office hours upon a request, or they could go up there. And an instructor will respond within 24 hours. This needs to be in your class so that students know what their expectations are. This hardware and software, again, built into your class. You don't have to really change or do anything with that. Course navigation, I showed you part of my video. If you want to see my video, there's the YouTube link. Take a picture of that and type that in, and you can see the whole thing. Here's the weekly schedule of assignments. Now, like I said, sometimes I put it at the top so it's visually available for the students right when they come in here, but I also put it here. It's a roadmap. Again, remember, we're not sometimes syllabuses change. And so again, and then I tell them what they're going to do all semester. So we'll just scroll through that. The next part that must be in your class for communication is your grading policy. I do not accept late assignments. I told them that in my video, and I again put it in writing. I then show the students their videos, check assignment grades, how to submit a assignment. All of these are loaded into your course shell. Keep them there. Do not delete them so that students can access them and get them more used to taking your class. And then I give them tips to succeeding in class. You know, keeping up with the reading, keeping assignments done on time, start working on assignments right away, and so forth. I then give them their academic support resources. They can click on this link and go straight to academic resources, but I also print it out here because not everybody clicks. And then I do a syllabus review confirmation for the students, which is very important. One of the things also that is in here, and I'm trying to remember where it is it talks about the students' drop dates and when they need to drop the class for them to receive, here it is, attendance. This, according to the board policy, must be in your like in your online class so that students understand when they have to withdraw to receive their refunds back for class. So their registration and drop dates needs to be in here under attendance. So you could put that this little tidbit into your class. Okay, so that is one aspect of the communication that I wanted to talk about and show you that I do in my classes so that you can understand the importance of this communication to your students. Another thing that I want to show you or talk to you about, again, is the due dates. I've said over and over again that I open my classes on Monday nights at 11 and they're due at 11:59 on Sunday night. Some instructors do Tuesday, Wednesday. It's really up to you. But the best practice is that because your courses can be copied from one semester to the next, that when you do this, you go into you go into the arrow, you hit edit, you scroll down, and you can put your due dates right here for when your units are going to open and close. Okay? And I show you that so that I can show you that when I go into my unit, you'll see that everything is open. Nothing is closed in here. Everything is open. The assignments are all there. I show my rubrics under here. Discussion boards are all open. Nothing has due dates, and I can go into any one of them. And nothing has due dates. And the reason is again, Because the unit closes, students cannot go back and access these assignments. So they always know that their due date for their assignments, except for the discussion board, is due at 11:59. So I think that that's a really good, important thing to do. Another thing that I do in my discussion boards for students is this any questions tab. So I just created. It's just an any questions. Please post any general questions that they can have. And when you click on it, and it's really for students that if I'm not there, they can go in and ask their peers for help. Another great way for students to communicate and for them to collaborate online together. What else? Over on your left-hand side bar, this Purdue Owl writing, I actually put that into my class to help students with their writing. Blackboard Help is there for students to go on to be able to get actual different types of tutorials for students. You can use them too. There's our online academic support. And these are really some of the best practices that I have in my classes for my communication with my students. I hope those helped you out. I hope you got a better sense of creating a great online class. Thank you.